Hello guys, NautoAis here, and this will be a follow-up of the Nintendo Direct when Konami announced the Goemon collection in the Japanese Nintendo Direct. So here's a recap. First of all, it was only exclusive to the Japanese Nintendo Direct, and in celebrating the 40th anniversary of Goemon, and that the game's gonna come out on July of 2026. However, the catch is it's gonna be only in Japan as of right now. There's no international information, no announcement of a Western release. However, some people who from Japan posted on Twitter said that the game is exclusive in Japan, quote unquote, for now. So apparently, even people in Japan who follow the Goemon series, hearing that Konami might be considering it to bring it in the West, but right now they just said it's for now because it's there. And if you don't know, like I said on a different video, that only to some extent 3 Goemon game came out in the West. Could be more, but this is what I know. The Legend of Mystical Ninja, which is the very first Goemon game for the Super Nintendo. There was a Goemon game for the Game Boy, and then Goemon 64. I don't know if the sequel came or not. It could be, I can't remember. Those are the only game that came out in the West. The rest of the Goemon game did not. And a lot of people believe at the time wasn't too popular. People were not buying the game, and localizing them to some extent is going to be a pain in the butt. So they just say, you know what, whatever. Nice technology, probably they were very limited and saying it's not worth our time. It is what it is, different gaming culture. Now, with that said, like I said, hopefully in the long run, maybe the end of 2026 or 2027, that Konami would consider bringing this series in the West. And hopefully, because again, will it be a miracle? To some extent, yes. Because if you didn't know, the Goemon collection has 13 games from NES, Super Nintendo, and Game Boy. And 2 out of those 13 were localized. The rest are not. So if they're going to try to localize that game in the West, that's probably going to be a pain in the butt to some extent. Maybe they have technology. Maybe they're going to use, oh no, forbidden to say this, AI. Better than nothing, right? We'll just have to wait and see. At least we're bringing it in the West. If they're going to use AI, but you decide. Who knows? So it would be a miracle for them to do it, to release this game in the West with English text. That's probably going to be, again, like I said, it's a miracle because 13 games. That's why. So again, 2 of them already was localized, 11 was not. So we'll just have to wait and see. And like I said, for me personally, that if Konami did announce this game to be released in the West, I consider buying them at launch just to support it, to show, hey, I like Goemon games. Because a lot of people outside of Japan are Goemon fans. I like the Goemon games. I used to remember when I bought the Legend of Mystical Ninja for the Super Nintendo. I played that game religiously. I enjoyed it. So we just have to wait and see. Granted, the localization and the censorship, but hopefully also they'll fix that part, but that's a different story there. It was Nintendo at the time. It is what it is. So my thoughts about it is that, so right now, a lot of people in Japan said for now. So hopefully they are considering this. Are you going to make a lot of money? That's hard to say because, again, localization costs a lot of money, but if they're going to use some technology that ease up the process, AI, like I said, I know probably a lot of people are not going to be happy, but at least they're able to localize them and then bring it outside of Japan. That's like the key thing. But some people, they want their cake and eat it too. We'll just have to wait and see. And hopefully, like I said, we'll just have to wait and see. So, they've been announcing a lot of Konami games. Of course, the Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection Volume 2, that's already been announced. Of course, Castlevania's the new game. And they've been releasing a lot of collection to some extent. The Felix the Cat, the Sparkster Rocket Knight, that's already out. And of course, limited run game announced, and I talked about it before in a different video, that the Marvel Maximum Collection, that X-Men arcade games is in it, and apparently Konami is the one in charge of this collection, even so they're not being publisher, their developer. Limited run games is the publisher for the game. Again, whatever, I know, different story there. So it might get lucky. So hopefully. So in recap, like I said, a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase on February, they announced in the Japanese side Goemon collection that's coming out in July 2026. No info about it as of right now, a Western release, but people in Japan said what they're hearing is, again, just hearing, it's not concrete, it's not confirmed, but what they're hearing is, the word is for now. So they are going to be looking into it. They'll see if they can do it or not. Again, AI if they have to. They're going to see if they're going to be able to localize this game in English. All 13 games to its original form, not censorship like the Legend of Mystical Ninja. Fortunately, they did censor a bit of that game. It is what it is. What can you do? 90s Nintendo was different. We'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully, and like I said, I consider buying it at launch if they do announce it. We'll just have to wait and see. Then chances are, if it is true that they are trying to localize the game, that's probably going to be late 2026 to 2027, because for this game, I mean, to some extent, that's going to be hard to localize, and they're probably going to need more time. They're not going to just postpone the Japanese release to make it worldwide release. Sometimes it doesn't always work. People like that, but a lot of times they can't. I mean, Idea Factory International admitted they can't do it. There are still some companies that can't do that because they don't have the funding, the resource to do it. I mean, Nintendo in the past, they used to do that. Not anymore. Now it's worldwide release no matter what. So it is what it is. So hope and see. Let's wait and see. Hopefully Konami will do the right thing and localize Goemon Collection in the West. I don't mind if it's going to be late 2026, 2027, heck, even early 2028, if they need a lot of time to localize the game again. But just as me, there's a lot of Goemon fans outside of Japan, but how much, that's a different story there. So with that, I'll see you guys later.